Hello again. Today I have very important message to you to understand. You need to understand that this life is not a game. This only life that you have, depending on your decisions and what you do. There is a reason why you are here. It is not an accident. And you need to understand that in this life, all your decisions create the life you have. And not only that, but much more importantly, what happens after it. You have your own choice to make your own decisions between good and evil constantly, again and again. I see this life in this planet as a proving ground, as a testing ground. Where you differentiate the good from bad. And not only that, but weak from strong. It might sound hard, but that is how I see it. And you need to also understand that everything you do in this life, there will be consequences. You will find later in front of you what you did earlier, what you sown on the ground, what kind of seeds, good or bad. I don't want to cause unnecessary fear in you, but more importantly, to cause in you consciousness to acknowledge these things. Because like I have said many times, the truth shall set you free. And that is one big pillar in your life where you have to start. Because without knowledge and understanding, you can't go further. You can't do anything really meaningful. What is right? What is building your legacy after life? You need to understand that there is more than only this life, potentially. depending on you and your decisions, what you will do in your lifetime. That is not coincidence that we as humans have two sides to choose from. And often than not, choosing the good side is not always the easier side. And that is why I see this world as some kind of testing ground. Will you take the easy way, the wrong way, that leads you to something very bad, or to nothingness? Or will you choose the higher path, not the easy path, but the correct path that feels right? That do not cause you to remorse, give you fulfillment, give you real joy. If you really want to understand how this world works and what could happen to you after life, I suggest you to go to Gospel of Thomas and there Logion 85 and its interpretation of it, where you can find maybe answers if you want to understand or relate to that. What I highly encourage you to do. But what is the basis of that is that when you first time incarnate in this life, you're born as pure version of yourself, pure light. No other stuff on it, around it. And that is the starting place. And in some way, your objective, how finally, is to get back to that version. To find that true you, the real you, your true essence, without any this extra stuff that you experience in life when you go forward. All these things that don't belong to you. Fears and ego and others' opinions and all the information that you absorb in this life so much. And that your decisions will decide will your soul continue or not. Will it reach higher place, or will it be discarded? And of course there is that hell aspect also. But I am not in that position yet to advise you enough from that. But what is the base message is that your decisions will decide everything. They really matter. And if you believe it or not, but what I have learned in my life and strengthening with bond with my Creator is that there is always present around you. The Creator is with you always, seeing your all actions or all your decisions. So don't think that you can get away certain things and decisions that you thought that nobody saw. Everything in this life are made for purpose, the reason behind it, and that would be kind of unfair if people just could get away so many things just by not being caught. And so that makes also very much sense that there is something that observes you. That in some way forces you to, or advises you to do the right thing instead of the wrong. And just like there will be negative consequences if you make wrong decisions, of course there is also the other way. And you need to understand that there is that multiple effect on it. Not only your choices and decisions will affect your life in this here and now, in this life that you are living right now. But most importantly, what happens after it. And what happens there. You have given everything that you need to make those right decisions, if you just want. It is completely fair. Like I said, everything I've created for a reason and fairness in it. Even just you don't even always can't see it. When Jesus died in the cross, he took all your sins, mistakes, all these things away. So you can start always again. And not only that, but he gave you, for all of us, the guidance to do the right thing, all the instructions to this life and achieve everything you wanted, and happiness, truth, joy, peace and love, all these things. In Bible and so many holy scriptures, or whatever you relate to most. So, end of all, you can't blame anybody else than yourself. You have all the tools to benefit from. It is about you that what you will do, and will you try to find the truth, the answers, and then act based on that information. I really believe that there is so many good people in their heart, but the society and world humans, everything that goes affects us in this life will create a veil between you and the real knowledge, the information that set you free. That is why it is so important to share knowledge and actively try to find the truth, the understanding and knowledge. it all starts from that you understand that maybe this, what you have thought, what you have seen, is not maybe the truth. To question everything. That is the real key. Don't take everything as face value. You may wonder why, if you look at these times and you see so much negative stuff around the world. Maybe it is because of us people going in wrong direction and doing wrong choices. And because of life and people, the truth is not always in front of you. Easier to reach. And of course, when many people go in wrong direction, what often follows from that is that others too will follow them, their example. And that leads to that place where we are now. But we have all the power to change that direction. By making better decisions and speaking the truth. Sharing knowledge like I do. And then you can start to make better decisions. Those ones that you should. You get understanding. It is funny how this world works, that when you get knowledge and little bit understanding, that opens many new doors to further knowledge and information, understanding, and so on. You don't need to settle anything. You can always go higher. And if you are not happy in your life, satisfied, feels like something is missing, there is a reason behind it. And that might be because you are living in a fog, without knowledge and truth and understanding. that would you set you free. But if I go back to the original messages, is that you have to take responsibility of your life. Understand that this life have real meaning. So much in stake. And consequences are very real and hard. And you really need to question yourself and ask yourself what you value most. Fleeting, very brief moments where you enjoy your eternity. Will you sacrifice your future by taking shortcuts and living here and now? Only enjoying and doing wrong decisions, causing harm. There is constant battle with good and bad. And I don't want to anybody of you going on that wrong side. We all are from same source and we should stick together and we create our surroundings together. So if many people do those right decisions, that will multiply and affect all around further and further. So if you win, I win, everybody win. And what I mean by winning is that you do the right thing, right decision. That what is in your heart, what your soul says, mind says, you should do. Despite of fear, uncomfortability and resistance. The willingness to see the bigger picture and the goodness, the light, end of the tunnel. If you just keep going. So what I want to ask from you is that you start to pay attention in your life. You don't need to take the shortcuts and take the easy way, the quick way. Start building your future for you, for all of us. You have meaning and place in this life, your own purpose. Nobody can replace you and your contribution in this life. So start live more responsible. Decision by decision. You can correct your way, and that will multiply, and you will see your effort paid off. And then you can be proud of yourself, spreading light, truth and love. And then we together make this life and world so beautiful place that is always should be. But because of us humans and our egos and selfish desires, that will not happen yet, but it will. By one decision, by one human at a time, like me in this moment, and like you. Keep fighting for good. I don't want anybody to see the negative outcome. I only want best for you all. And I want to thank you for being with me again. Thank you.